So this is where I stopped actually now. Ahuschate nalinana bindam yogeshwarer hrudi vichintya maghada bodhai samsara kupa paditottaranavalam geham jusham abhimanasudita sadhana. Dear Lord, whose navel is like just like lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into deep well of metal existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. You know, actually, gopis are very, 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 the prema culmination, the top peak is, if you go for the highest peak, that's Gopis Bhakti. Nobody else beyond that. You know, always, any enjoyment, everyone wants to enjoy. But gopis don't have a speck of desire to enjoy Krishna. That is the thing. So Krishna is never tempted by the beauty of anybody. You know that, right? Krishna is also, what is that? You know, okay, I want to read the purport also. This quotation from Bhagavatam 10:80 to 48. The gopis were never interested in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. They were simply interested in Bhakti Yoga. Unless they were forced, they were never liked to meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. Rather, they preferred to take lotus feet of the Lord and place them on their breasts. Sometimes they regretted that their breasts were so hard, fearing that Krishna might not be very pleased to keep his soft lotus feet there. When the lotus feet were pricked by the grains of sand in the Vrindavan pasturing grounds, gopis were pained and began to cry. Gopis wanted to keep Krishna at home always, and in this way, their minds were absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Such pure Krishna consciousness can arise only in Vrindavan. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to explain his mind, which was saturated with the ecstasy of gopis. So, usually it appears. Many times I mentioned to understand, it's easy to understand Krishna's love for cows, to understand Krishna's love for his friends and his parents, but to understand Krishna's love for gopis, you need a qualification. Very important. But Madhur Ras is one of the rasas, you know. So, the moment you heard of this thing, hey, what is this? That's why I'm telling you, the topmost. It took very long time for me to understand, but uh, in bhakti, for example, Krishna, you know, source, cause of all causes and source of everything. So finally, it will go to Krishna only, and above Krishna there is nothing. So likewise, in bhakti, above gopis there is nothing. For example, you go to Prabhupada. Prabhupada says my guru is higher, and you go to his guru. So finally it will go to Madhavendrapuri. Madhavendrapuri says my guru. Madhvacharya. So it'll go finally to whom? Gopis, and it'll go to Radharani. And for Radharani, there is nothing. You're all listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Purest consciousness. At least if you understand at this stage, it's like that. That's why there is enough actually. Rather than being enamored by the words and enamored by the the moment we read something, that's why the more and more you relish this. Sukadeva Goswami is speaking. He's not wearing any dress. And to Parikshit, who is going to leave the world in 7 days. And 60,000 sages are there. Narad Muni was there. So Vyasdev was there. So the pure prema is spoken here. That you should understand. Speaking in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, for most people, the mind and heart are one. But because my mind is never separate from Vrindavan, I consider my mind and Vrindavan to be one. My mind is already Vrindavan. And since you like Vrindavan, will you please place your lotus feet there? I would deem that I would deem that your full mercy. So what is this is actually Kurukshetra. Gopis went to see Krishna after a long time, and so Radharani is telling, you are there, I am here, but what is not there? Vrindavan is not there. Uh, I want to give some explanation here. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And who are we? We are or Jivas.
Part and parcels of Krishna. Prabhuji.
Prakriti. We are Prakriti. Krishna is a Purusha. So, sometimes people ask this question, Radha and Krishna are married. What is this, that question? So, before you understand Leela, you understand Tattva. Radha Krishna Ekatma Duhi Dehadari Anyonya Vilasarasa Aswadana Kori. So, Radha and Krishna only one Atma. But for that to enjoy, they have become two bodies. So what is that? What is that? Something higher than we don't. Gaudiya Vaishnavism doesn't consider Shantaras as a rasa, because the rasa starts with the dasya. Means pure bhakti starts after liberation. Pure bhakti starts after everyone.
Mukti, Prabhuji. Liberation.
Liberation, yeah. You should be liberated. Means there is no contamination. there is no contamination. Means I have a question for you. You're a man or a woman? You're Purusha or Prakriti? Whether man or woman, everyone is Prakriti only. You're understanding? So as a soul, everyone is a Prakriti only. I'm repeating again. As a soul, everyone is a, who will finish? As a soul, Prakriti. So, but why today world people are unhappy? Because whether man or woman, everyone is Prakriti, but we are behaving like Purusha. But in Krishna Loka, Krishna is the only Purusha. Rest are all the Jivasa, Prakriti only. Prakriti means enjoyed. Purusha means enjoyer. So all the after Vaikuntha Loka, Dasya, Santa and Dasya. Ayodhya, Santa Dasya, Gaurav Sakhya. But Golok Vrindavan, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Mathurya. So Mathurya is predominant there. Means all the Prakritis. I have a question for all of you. What is Rupa Goswami's spiritual position in the spiritual world?
Rupa Manjari.
Louder.
Rupa Manjari.
But what is he here?
He is Shraddha Goswami.
Rupa Goswami. That's it. So he has a physical form, but in the spiritual world, he is Rupa Manjari. What is Sanatana Goswami in the spiritual world?
Lavanga Manjari.
Lavang Manjari is also Manjari, but is Lavang Manjari. So the point is, they descended. They're all under Radharani. In the spiritual world, the material world, what is that? Yeah, all these agreements. I am married. You don't look at my family. I will not look at your family. In the spiritual world, that competition is not there. Golok Vrindavan only. Krishna is a Purusha, rest are all Prakriti only. astral Prakriti only. So the point is here. 137. Speaking in the mood of Radha. Okay, but you know what is that? What we'll do, we'll read everything, then we'll conclude. Is that okay? Speaking in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, for most people, the mind and heart are one. But because my mind is never separate from Vrindavan, I consider my mind Vrindavan to be Vrindavan. Sorry, I consider my mind and Vrindavan to be one. My mind is already Vrindavan. Since you are like Vrindavan, will you please you place your lotus feet there? I would deem that your full mercy. My dear Lord, kindly hear my true submission. My home is Vrindavan, and I wish your association there. But if I do not get it, then it will be very difficult for me to keep my life. My dear Krishna, formerly when you were staying in Mathura, you sent Uddhava to teach me speculative knowledge and mystic yoga. Now you yourself are speaking the same thing, but my mind doesn't accept it. There is no place in my mind for Jnana Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. Although you know me very well, you are still instructing me in Jnana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. It is not right for you to do so. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. I would like to withdraw my consciousness from you and engage it in mental activities. But even though I try, I cannot do so. I am naturally inclined to you only. Your instructions for me to meditate on you are therefore simply ludicrous. And this way you're killing me. It is not very good for you to think of me as a candidate for your instructions. The gopis are not like mystic yogis. They'll never be satisfied simply by meditating on your lotus feet and imitating the so-called yogis. Teaching the gopis about meditation is another kind of duplicity. When they are instructed to undergo mystic yoga practice, they are not at all satisfied. On the contrary, they become more and more angry with you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. The gopis have fallen into great ocean of separation and are being devoured by the Timingala fish of their ambition to serve you. The gopis are to be delivered from the mouths of these Timingala fish, for they are pure devotees. Since they have no material conception of life, why should they aspire for liberation? The gopis do not want that liberation desired by yogis and jnanis, for they are already liberated from the ocean of material existence. It is amazing that you have forgotten the land of Vrindavan. How is it that you have forgotten your father, mother, and friends? How have you forgotten Govardhan Hill, the bank of Yamuna, the forest where you enjoyed Rasa Lila dance? Krishna, you are certainly a refined gentleman with all good qualities. You are well behaved, soft hearted, and merciful. I know that there is not even a tinge of fault to be found in you. Yet your mind does not even remember the inhabitants of Vrindavan. This is only my misfortune and nothing else. I do not care for my personal unhappiness, but when I see the morose face of Mother Yashoda and the hearts of all inhabitants of Vrindavan breaking because of you, I wonder whether you want to kill them all, or do you want to enliven them by coming here? Why are you simply keeping them alive in a state of suffering? The inhabitants of Vrindavan do not want you dressed like a prince, nor do they want you to associate with great warriors in a different country. They cannot leave the land of Vrindavan, and without your presence, they are all dying. What is their condition to be, my dear Krishna? You are the life and soul of Vrindavan Dham. You are especially the life of Nanda Maharaj. You are the only opulence in the land of Vrindavan. You are very merciful. Please come and let all residents of Vrindavan live. Kindly keep your lotus feet again in Vrindavan. After hearing Radharani's statements, Lord Krishna's love for inhabitants of Vrindavan was evoked. His body and mind became very much perturbed. After hearing of their love for him, he immediately thought himself to be always indebted to the residents of Vrindavan. Then Krishna began to pacify Srimati Radharani as follows. My dear Srimati Radharani, please hear me. I am speaking truth. I cried day and night, simply upon remembering all you inhabitants of Vrindavan. No one knows how unhappy this makes me. Sri Krishna continued. All inhabitants of Vrindavan Dham, my mother, father, covered boyfriends, and everything else are like my life and soul. And among all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, the gopis are my very life and soul. Among the gopis, you, Srimati Radharani, are the chief. Therefore, you are the very life of my life. My dear Srimati Radharani, I am always subservient to the loving affairs of all of you. I am under your control only. My separation from you and residence in distant places have occurred due to my strong misfortune. When a woman is separate from the man she loves or a man is separated from his beloved woman, neither of them can live. It is a fact that they live only for each other. For if one dies, the other hears of it. He or she will die also. Such a loving, chaste wife and loving husband desire all welfare for each other in separation and do not care for personal happiness, desiring only each other's well-being. Such a pair certainly meet again without delay. You are my most dear, and I know that in my absence you cannot live for a moment. Just to keep you living, I worship Lord Narayan. By His merciful potency, I come to Vrindavan every day to enjoy pastimes with you. Then return to Dwarkadam. Thus you can always feel my presence there in Vrindavan. Our love affair is more powerful because of my good fortune in receiving Narayan's grace. This allows me to come there unseen by others. I hope that very soon I will be visible to everyone. I have already killed all the mischievous demons who are enemies of Yadu dynasty. I have also killed Kamsa and his allies. And there are 2 or 4 demons still living. I want to kill them. After doing so, I shall very soon return to Vrindavan. Please know this for certain. I wish to protect inhabitants of Vrindavan from the attacks of my enemies. This is why I remain in my kingdom. Otherwise, I am indifferent to my royal position. Whatever wives, sons, and wealth I maintain in the kingdom are only for the satisfaction of the Yadus. Your loving qualities always attract me to Vrindavan. Indeed, they will bring me back within 10 or 20 days. When I return, I shall enjoy both day and night with you and all the damsels of Rajbhumi. While speaking to Radharani, Krishna became very anxious to return to Vrindavan. He made her listen to a verse which banished all her difficulties and which assured her that she would again attain Krishna. Lord Krishna said, "This is the verse. Haribol, amazing verse." Lord Krishna said, "Devotional service unto me is the only way to attain me. My dear gopis, whatever love and affection you have attained for me by good fortune is the only reason for my returning to you." Now, here Krishna is behaving like a Supreme Personality of Godhead in this verse. Everyone should you know remember this verse by heart this verse if possible. Mai bhaktiri bhutana amrutattvaya kalpate dishya yadasin matsneho bhavati namadapana. So Krishna is telling what is the best way you can attain Krishna? Anybody?
Bhakti.
That's it. Mai bhaktiri bhutana amrutattvaya kalpate dishya yadasin matsneho bhavati namadapana. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit in his room, Surida Mother, and taste the topics of these verses day and night. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced completely absorbed in ecstatic emotion. While looking at the face of Lord Jagannath, he danced and recited these verses. No one can describe the good fortune of Suridhar Goswami, for he is always absorbed to serve the Lord, service of the Lord, with his body, mind, and words. The senses of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are identical with the sense of Swarupa. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to become fully absorbed in tasting the singing of Sarvadamodar. In emotional ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes sit on the ground and looking down, would write on the ground with his finger. Fearing that Lord would injure his finger by writing this way, Sarvadamodar checked him with his own hand. Sarvadamodar used to sing exactly according to the ecstatic emotion of the Lord. Whatever a particular mellow was being tested by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvadamodar would personify it by singing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked upon the beautiful lotus-like face and eyes of Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath was garlanded, dressed with nice garments, adorned with beautiful ornaments. His face was glittering from the rays of sunshine. Then the entire atmosphere was fragrant. An ocean of transcendental bliss expanded in the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and symptoms of madness immediately intensified like hurricane. The madness of transcendental bliss created waves of various emotions. The emotions appeared like opposing soldiers staging a fight. There was an increase in all natural emotional symptoms. Thus, there were awakening emotions, peacefulness, joy, and mixed transcendental and prevalent emotions, and impetuses for emotion. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body appeared like a transcendental Himalayan mountain, bearing ecstatic emotional flower trees, all of them blooming. The sight of all these symptoms attracted everyone's mind and consciousness. Indeed, the Lord sprinkled everyone's mind with the nectar of transcendental love of God. Should I explain now? Or you want me to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Please explain.
First thing is Radharani is Krishna's Ahladani Shakti, Tattva. So Radharani is Krishna. Many times in Radhashtami I said, Krishna one day in the area of Rasamandala, he felt a strong desire to enjoy. When he felt a strong desire to enjoy, immediately from his heart, one young girl appeared. And she appeared, and immediately she started running towards him. Ra means Rasamandala, Rasamandal. Dha means Dhavamana, means with an intent to serve. That's why her name is Radha. She serves Krishna in 3 ways. How she serves Krishna? Everyone is listening, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
She serves Krishna as she's like all the Lakshmis. She serves Krishna as a bona fide wife. She what is that? In Vaikuntha, when Krishna becomes Narayan, she becomes Lakshmi and serves him. When all the queens of Dwarka, Krishna, with Vasudeva expansion, he goes to Dwarka. So Krishna, Radharani becomes the queens of Dwarka. And she serves him in that. And all the gopis are expansions of, Prabhava, Vaibhava expansions of Radharani. So the point is, Sandhani Samvit Hladini. Krishna is surrounded by energies. Energies are considered Prakriti. Krishna is a Purusha. Unlimited Parasya Shakti Vidayate Sruvite Swabhavik Jnana Bala Kriyacha. So Krishna is energetic. And energies are not different from him, but still he controls them. Energies. So Sandhini Samvit. Sandhini by which Krishna maintains his existence. Samvit by, is a cognitive potency. Jivas know they are Jivas. And they know Krishna as God, and they know the philosophical difference between him. It's because of the Sandhini potency. Sorry, Samvit potency. Hladini is pleasure potency. Hladini Radvarakara Ananda Swadana Hladini Radvarakare Bhaktera Poshana. She gives pleasure to Krishna. So how Krishna is source of Vishnu Tattva, Radharani is source of Lakshmi Tattva. And Radharani becomes Durga also, Mahamaya. For the rebellious conditioned souls who won't enjoy independent of Krishna. And if you this creation, what is this creation? Especially we are in the material world. What is this creation? Anyone can tell? We are surrounded by what? What is that we are surrounded by? Anybody in the material world?
3 modes of material nature.
Okay. Anybody else? Other than that, what else? What is surrounding? What is around us? Nobody speak.
External potency of Krishna, Prabhuji? Prakriti.
That's what she said, Mahamaya. 3 modes of
5
material.
elements.
Huh?
Panchabhutas, Prabhuji.
Who said this?
Shanmukha, Prabhuji.
We are surrounded by Panchabhutas. Part of Prakriti only. So, Prakriti means what? 3 modes. So, Prakriti means, of course, what is that metal manifestation. But, this is the domain of Mahamaya. Mahamaya means 3 modes. So, my question to you, we are surrounded by the Panchabhutas, their Prakriti means energy. I have a question for all of you. Is Krishna Prakriti, yes or no?
No,
No.
Prabhuji.
No.
And is Krishna, can Krishna manifest in Prakriti? Yes, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now, next question. Energy and energetic, they are one, they're two, I mean, they are one. They are non-different, yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
At the same time, energetic controls energy, yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
So, Krishna and Prakriti non-different actually. So, Radha and Krishna non-different. And in this world, that's why Krishna can manifest anywhere. You know, so Radha and Krishna, if you see in the material world also, you know, Krishna's expansion is, Paramatma. The Paramatma is everywhere. What Apani, what is that? Advaita Acharya couldn't understand this. His hands and legs are everywhere. So, Andandarastha Paramana Jayadanastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajame. Krishna's is all pervasive. So, you have your car, but you are different from your car. You have your bank account, you are different from your bank account. But with Krishna, Krishna and his bank account not different. Act different. Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Who postulated this theory?
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhuji.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, at the same time, Krishna energy, energetic, non-different from energy. At the same time, is different. At the same time. That's why Krishna and Radharani, they are non-different. And on the top of it, them time, Leela, I'm not talking, I'm talking about Tattva. They're one Atma only. They're only one Atma. I have a question for all of you. Radha Krishna, there's Srinathji picture or Krishna picture alone. Radharani is there or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Where?
Internally.
Yes. She's there inside. So, Krishna is there means Radharani is there inside. As Antaranga Shakti, she is there. They are non-different. Only with Radharani. That's why Radharani can become Krishna sometimes. Krishna can become Radharani sometimes. Now I'll tell you. But Radharani being his energy, she is Shakti Tattva. I have a next question. Who are we? Jivas. What Tattva do we belong to?
We are Tatastha Shakti.
But what Tattva?
Shakti Tattva, but Tatastha.
No, we are Jiva Tattva.
Jiva Tattva.
Who are we?
Jiva Tattva.
When Radharani Bhakti flows into our heart, then we become Shakti Tattva. So for us to, like we are right now charcoal, it has to become fire. So when we do bhakti, when Radharani's grace comes into your life, what happens? We become the charcoal, will become fire. Then fire can join a supreme fire. How many of you are understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that's why Radharani is she can give bhakti. So there is a saying, what is that? Krishna's parrot said, my Krishna can lift the, what is that? He can lift any mountain. Giriraj, Govardhan he can lift. Radharani parrot said, that strength, my Radharani is giving it to him. Krishna is Shaktiman. One Shakti is strength. But who is giving that? Radharani. Why she is giving? She is internal. She is internal. So Radharani serves, that verse is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita only. So in what is it? All the Lakshmis are Radharani's expansions. Vaibhavilas, Vaibhav Prakash, and all the queens of Dwarka, they are they're also expansion of Radharani. All the gopis are the mirror images of Radharani. At the same time, Radharani is also Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? She is not different from Krishna. She is the most dearmost to Krishna, supreme energy. How many of you listening?
Yes.
My request to
Prabhuji.
you, if you try to apply your mind in understanding the dealings of Radharani without understanding Tattva, you will have problem. First be clear on Tattva. And that's why it needs qualification actually. The topmost, you need to be supremely pure. You need to be purified. You know? Should I continue or not?
Yes,
So anyway,
Prabhuji.
that I'll tell. So she expands. What is that? There is something called, last year we went to Yatra and Gaurang Prabhu spoke, then Radha, what is his name? What is it? Radhesham Prabhu spoke. So I want to speak. Problem is you all muted actually, otherwise I cannot see anybody. So what is that? Why Krishna is Atmarama? Krishna is Atmarama, is self-satisfied because the pleasure potency is inside only. I have a question for all of you. Can I ask? In your pocket, you have like an iron ore, sugar ore. Like gold mine, you have a sugar mine. Do you need to eat external sugar?
No, Prabhuji.
You have a gulab jamun mine, you have. It's a big mine. So it has unlimited gulab jamuns only. So will you look for outside gulab jamuns? Any sweets?
No, Prabhuji.
Why? You have that thing with you. That's why Krishna is Atmaram, self-satisfied. So that's why Krishna doesn't look anywhere. Now when you do bhakti, you may be very beautiful. All the queens of Dwaraka, they are very beautiful. But Krishna did not care. Why he didn't care? Krishna is Atmarama. He doesn't need outside attraction. But we are also, Krishna doesn't care us also. But one day what happens? Radharani gives mercy to us. Radharani gives mercy, then what happens? We become Jiva Tattva to Shakti Tattva. Because Radharani, she gave us blessings. Bhakti Devi. When she gave blessings, pure bhakti, topmost bhakti. But Krishna can see everywhere. The moment Radharani has given mercy, I have a question for you. Before the moment I'm sorry, cutting off the sentence. You make butter, can Krishna come and steal? If you make butter for yourself?
No.
You make butter for Krishna to come and steal, but you want to eat it. That's why you made. But I know its offering should be done. That's why let me offer it to you. But actually, this butter is meant for me. Can you come and eat? Can Krishna come and eat?
No, Prabhuji.
Then what is that? If you offer this butter, Krishna comes and eats, you'll become famous. You don't want to eat that, but you want little name and fame. Can Krishna come and eat?
No, Prabhuji.
So you have butter, you're making butter, you don't want name and fame, but you'll be mentally very satisfied because you now understand you're one of the best devotees of Krishna. Can Krishna come and eat?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Now I'll ask the last question. You have made the butter, you don't want mind pleasure, you don't want sensual pleasure, you don't want any pleasure. You want Krishna only to eat. You don't have any other desire. If Krishna comes and eats and goes, that's fine. Will Krishna come and eat?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Then what happens? If you have this nature, then Radharani will come into your life. When Radharani accepts you, out of billions universes, your heart is accepted by Radharani. Radharani gives her grace. Immediately Krishna becomes attracted to you. Why? Krishna is attracted to only one person. Who?
Radharani.
That is it. Now I'll ask you one more question. You know, Ram, Sita was in Vanvas. Sorry, she was with Ravan. You know, Vibhishan told her. Vibhishan came and said, Ram became victorious. Sita said, really? I'll come like this. So did Sita take bath 1 year? Answer is no. Did she forget Ram anytime?
No.
No, Prabhuji.
Was she, did she remember anything other than Ram? Body, mind and words, this 360, 10 months?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Ravan tempted her morning and evening throughout his life. And was she tempted?
No, Prabhuji.
Now my next question. So, she said, I want to come like this to show my husband that this is the same saree he saw me. But then what Vibhishan said, no, you have to, Ram is telling you, take bath and come. What is Sita's weakness? She cannot say no to Ram. Actually, in one place she says, Rascal number one, my husband has not given me permission, otherwise I would have burnt you to death. Hare Krishna. Now, why I'm telling this? Sita, that 1 year, she did not even 1 second, she did not think of anybody. There is a verse in Ramayana, Maskaran Yata Prabha. Now, I have a question for all of you. I want everyone, please, you're all listening, right? I have 9 minutes, I have one more call, but please, you're paying attention, Now, next question. All the queens who are married in Dwarka, do they remember anything but Krishna throughout their life? Do they remember anything but Krishna throughout their life? Body, mind, and words, even 1 second? Do they remember anybody? No. Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
They are like most chaste wives, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now my next question. Now you come to Vrindavan. That's okay, Lakshmis. Lakshmis are the Lakshmi, Everyone wanted to marry when Kshirsagar Lakshmi came from the ocean. Everyone wanted to marry actually. Indra, everyone stood in the line. Only one person didn't stand in the line, Narayan. But Lakshmi married only Narayan. She didn't even look at anybody else. So from that point, did Lakshmi remember anybody?
No.
Okay, not just one Lakshmi, all the Lakshmis are like that. They're fully chaste. Now, the source of all this is Radharani. But now Radharani, there's something called Parakiya Bhava. Parakiya Bhava means she is officially married with somebody else. But did Radharani remember, did she remember anybody other than Krishna?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
And and did she forget Krishna anytime?
No, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji.
And this is rest of the eternity. She's like that. She is steeped in devotion, uh, to prove. That's why Radharani is considered the most chaste wife. Sorry, most chaste lady in bhakti. So Parakiya, as queens of Dwarka, she's serving Krishna. As Lakshmis, she is serving Krishna's expansion. But as Radharani is, as gopis, she is serving Krishna in Vrindavan as mirror images. But she herself very chaste, which is the highest. So they're wedded when she's married. Actually, there's a story also here. What is the story? Sridhama, and there's a curse between Radharani and Sridhama. So that curse, Radharani cursed Sridhama, you're worshipping the father, but you're neglecting the mother. I curse you to become a demon. So he became Sankachoda. And he said, you're always finding fault with Krishna. I curse you. You lose Krishna 100 years. That's how Krishna went to Dwarka and leaving Radharani. Because Radha and Krishna means shadow and substance. There is no separation actually for Radha and Krishna. They are always united actually. So the point is that Pariki Bhava is considered the highest because it is, so actually, what is that? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, somewhere it is written. It is outside, what is that? Because we are totally engrossed into this, we cannot understand. But with the purity level is like that, So, hey, the rest of the life, not even one time you are tempted. Not like 1 year or 10 months. How many of understanding? Not even 1 year, not 1 year, 10 months. When Sita was in Lanka. For the rest of life. That's why everyone worships Radharani. And on top of it, she is Bhakti Devi. In Tattva wise, she is non-different from Krishna. And Leela wise, she is steeped in devotion. There is nothing higher than actually Gopi Bhakti itself. They want to go to hell eternally. In that, Radharani is the topmost. That's why she is considered mother of the universe and goddess of devotion. But if you try to bring your mind in this, you'll have a problem. Because this is a soul topic. This is not mind topic. How many of you are understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
If you try to interpret this with your mind, that's the most cruelty you will do to yourself. Because mind means what? Maya. Maya means what? Sense enjoyment. You cannot, so don't try to interpret. I tried myself. It took a long time for me to understand what I know. Any question? 3 minutes time. Otherwise, we'll end it. We'll continue next week, of course. Janmashtami is coming in 3 weeks. So, but again, Vraj Bhakti, that's why, there's a book, Bhagavatam, amazing book actually. I loved it. So everywhere there, the steeped in love. That's why Shiva is telling to this Gopkumar, Sarupa. I cannot, that is very inaccessible. It's very difficult to attain that state. I told you, right, Nardmuni says to Lord Shiva, can you please give me entrance? Lord Shiva says, unfortunately, I am Purusha, because it's expansion of Lord Shiva is expansion of whom?
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Which Vishnu?
Mahavishnu.
Lord Shiva is an expansion of
Sankarshan.
That's it. Lord Shiva is an expansion of Sankarshan. So he's expansion of Sankarshan. That's why he's Purusha. He said, unfortunately, I cannot enter there. One time what is that? Lord Shiva is a Purusha. No entrance. And Lakshmi Devi did not have Rajaloba. And what is that my point? Let us not go to the highest things. But Vraj itself is very inaccessible. In that, not just Sakya, not that Dasya, not that Sakya, not that Vasalya, Mathurya also. Parakiya bhave yaha vrajate prachara. So there is actually Chaitanya Charitamrita says, to show their highest surrender, gopis think they are married. Actually, they are not. So because of Purnamasi's influence, they think like that, So anyway, that is the topmost thing, that is the highest thing, on the trust, Parakiras. So, and we'll continue on this if you don't have anything. We'll continue on this next week. Vancha kalpatarbyasya kripasindhibhyavcha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavyo namo. Actually, let me tell you, I don't have any qualification. There is a saying, 4 Kumaras are the purest celibates. They worship Radharani. Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Chaitanya Radhe Jai Jai Madhav Jaite, we sing actually. Janmashtami is coming, and let us focus on spreading Krishna's glories, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Radharani is the mother of the universe and goddess of devotion. We'll discuss next week. I'm ending. Then all Shloka Hare Krishna.